I did not email any classified material to anyone.
You're listening to the Laura Ingraham Show, 855-40-LAURA. Well, in fact, none of this is passing even a rudimentary, straight-face test. Joining us now, one of the greats in legal thinking, one of my favorite people, period, is Joe diGenova, former U.S. attorney, founding partner of diGenova and Tensing. He has really interesting information about Hillary's potential vulnerability as a candidate, given the illegality, frankly, of what's going on with these emails. He joins us now. Joe, it's great to talk to you. Happy New Year. So she doesn't meet the threshold. It's a court-ordered threshold of the percentage of emails that had to be turned over. What they said at the end of the year, December 30th, they said, we've been working really hard, and we did the best we could, basically. What's your reaction to this, and what are your sources telling you?
Well, I think the State Department production of documents is, of course, was always going to be a problem because they have a person there who is trying to protect Hillary and has been from the very, very beginning, and that's Patrick Kennedy, the Undersecretary for Management. He has been the Maginot Line against governmental inquiries, against Freedom of Information Act requests, and his time is running out. He will be one of the people whose emails have finally been turned over to a House committee. I must say that it's taken this long for a House committee to get his emails is a disgrace to the investigative process in the House of Representatives. But those are comments for another show. Hillary Clinton's problem, by the way, does not, she's going to have problems because of what's in the emails, but also the classifications. Her biggest problem right now is the FBI. They're not going away. They have reached a critical mass in their investigation of the secretary and all of her senior staff. And it's going to come to a head, I would suggest, in the next 60 days. And I predict that Hillary will not make it to the finish line. She's not going to be able to complete her campaign. This criminal investigation must, of necessity, focus on her and all the people around her. And if Jim Comey, the FBI director, is doing his job, which I expect him to do as an honorable man, she cannot be the nominee of the Democratic Party. She's going to have to be charged with a crime. It's going to be a very complex matter for the Department of Justice, but they're not going to be able to walk away from it. She and her staff have committed numerous federal crimes involving the negligent and improper handling of classified information. They are now at over 1,200 classified emails, and that's just for the ones we know about from the State Department. That doesn't include the ones that the FBI is, in fact, recovering from her hard drives.
Joe, let's make sure that everyone understands what you're saying. So Hillary testifies on Capitol Hill and says she did not receive classified. Did she say receive or send? You always have to parse the words with Hillary. That is false. Correct?
She has actually said both things,
okay.
And she's also then modified it to say none that were marked classified. But she has definitely made false statements under oath, both in interviews and on Capitol Hill. She has not yet been interviewed by the FBI in their investigation. That will be the final step in their investigation. But as a matter of fact, the Bureau has so much information about criminal conduct by her and her staff that there is no way that they walk away from this. They're going to make a recommendation that people be charged, and then Loretta Lynch is going to have the decision of a lifetime.
Well, do you have confidence that Loretta Lynch, from what we saw with her handling of the Baltimore riots and all that, is going to okay green light an indictment of Hillary Clinton in an election year?
I believe that the evidence that the FBI is compiling will be so compelling that unless she agrees to the charges, there will be a massive revolt inside the FBI, which she will not be able to survive as an attorney general. It will be like Watergate. It will be unbelievable. The evidence against the Clinton staff and the secretary is so overwhelming at this point that if, in fact, she chooses not to charge Hillary, they will never be able to charge another federal employee with the negligent handling of classified information. The intelligence community will not stand for that. They will fight for an indictment, and they are already in the process of girding themselves to basically revolt against the Attorney General if she refuses to bring charges.